and it started to decay. But I'm still here. Lost everything, everything, but I know that it will fall. The crumbling walls, and it's all that is left to me. It seems like we're in withdrawal, but so are they all. And it's all that is left to me. I'm like your living to stone, and read it alone. And it's all that is left to me. Your love songs cover this home, but nobody knows. And it's all that is left to me. And in the temples divine, can't tell her writing for fines, but then I know just what they'll say. You stood a mightier kind of calico baker pine, but then they started to decay. But I'm still here. Lost everything, everything, but I know that it will fall. The crumbling walls, and it's all that is left to me. It seems like we're in withdrawal, but so are they all. And it's all that is left to me. I'm like your living to stone, and read it alone. And it's all that is left to me. Your love songs cover this home, but nobody knows. And it's all that is left to me. shaved my head and I grew out a beard. And now I only wear plaid, I always let God steer. I'm moving to LA, I'm writing a screenplay. But it's not about you or what we were, it's about a new girl you've never met her. She's just got your name, and she looks exactly the same. Tell me you know, tell me it's okay that I dropped right off the map, and I'm falling every day. Tell me you know, tell me it's okay, 'cause you'll find me anyway. Yeah, if you see me walking by, well, I guarantee it's some other guy, 'cause I'm not there, I'm always elsewhere. I changed my name, I had it approved. They wrote it down, you won't see it soon. I guess you'll see there's not much to me. I guess for me there's not much to see. Tell me you know, tell me it's okay that I dropped right off the map, and I'm falling every day. Tell me you know, tell me it's okay, 'cause you'll find me anyway. And now you'll see that there's not much left of me. Well, once I hear I'll cross your path, I'll hurry away, you'll stifle a laugh. It's not that I'm scared, you just caught me unaware. Well, I know it's been a couple of years, but still I'm surprised we ended up here. We'll talk a bit to see what we've lost. You'll stop when you see you're a bit better off. Tell me you know, tell me it's okay that I dropped right off the map, and I'm falling every day. Tell me you know, tell me it's okay, 'cause you'll find me anyway, you'll find me anyway. Faster and faster, dear, it's like we're moving backwards in your rear view mirror. The road eaten up by the snow, eaten up, I can feel, I know you feel it too. A little flicker on the path we steer of subtle flashing lines. We'll go faster and faster. This time my mind, it won't forget. This time my mind, we're not there yet. This time it goes faster and faster. This time my mind, it won't forget. This time my mind, we're not there yet. This time it goes faster and faster. Faster and faster, dear, the road's still moving backwards. Now it looks so clear. The snow eaten up by the road, eaten up by, I can still recall the twists and turns, but it feels so straight ahead, a little farther till the end. We'll go faster and faster. This time my mind, it won't forget. This time my mind, we're not there yet. This time it goes faster and faster. This time my mind, it won't forget. This time my mind, we're not there yet. This time it goes faster and faster. This time my mind, it won't forget. it's always a surprise when, oh, it's always a surprise when the tide comes in, when the tide comes in. But it's always a surprise when, oh, it's always a surprise when you call again, when you call again. Oh, I'm not supposed to answer, I'm not supposed to know all that. The silence answer, I've got to let it go. Oh, I'm not supposed to answer, I'm not supposed to know all that. The silence answer, I've got to let it go now. Sorry baby, I just don't know the words or how to conjugate them. Was it really past tense I heard, or was it present perfect? Maybe we could forget the time you faced that friend without me. Maybe we could go back to mine, pretend it never happened. Oh, when they're always out of time and they say it will be fine, well I just can't find the lines. Oh, hope I know what to say when you throw it all away. Sorry baby, I've been drifting again. Could you repeat the question? No, I guess I do not know when it first became a problem. Sorry that it's all such a mess. The words, they seem to leave me, didn't really quite catch the rest. Not keen on it repeating. Oh, when they're always out of time and you say it will be fine, well I just can't find the lines. Oh, hope I know what to say when you throw it all away, when you throw it all away. Sorry baby, I just don't know the words. Was it really past tense I heard? Maybe we could forget the time. Maybe we could go back to mine. Well, I think that I've been drifting without you, drifting. I think that I've been drifting without you, drifting. I think that I've been drifting without you, drifting. I think that I've been drifting without you, drifting. And now I know that you've been gone. And even when you lost your hair to shame and so much gone, I stood beside you then and there until the cut was done. And even when I lost myself in all of those tall trees, you took me down, you held me up, you patched my bloody knees. And then when we were older, there were miles between. I conjured you an apparition to show you what we'd seen. The sun, the earth, the wind, the rain, and holding out for change. And all the snow you couldn't let go, you danced atop a train. I'll go wherever you go. 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 I'll go. I'll go go wherever you go. I'll go wherever you go. A narrative wastes of patches in light. We grew up in the suburbs, then we cut all our ties. Now just take a look at the super clear eyes. You're on the friend, the road, it bends a bit to the right. A couple more miles and I know we'll arrive. The rolling hills and valleys, well, they'll leave you alive. Now the people crowd our feet to help the incline. A little bit more lest we waste our whole lives. We got here in the dark. We took the long way down. Just to find out in somewhere inside this ancient town. And we talked about it all night. We thought we'd make it alive. And we talked about it all night. We thought we'd make it alive. We talked about it all night. Just to throw the planet at the first light. And we thought we'd make it alive. Or at least we'd give it an honest try. A narrative waste of patches in light. We grew up in the suburbs, then we cut all our ties. Now just take a look at the super clean eyes. You're on the friend, the road, it bends a bit to the right. The stones are left here at the beginning of days, and each step that was taken wore a little away. That in of itself, well, it was something to say. A conversation that could last the end of the day. We got here in the dark. We took the long way down. Just to find out in somewhere inside this ancient town. And we talked about it all night. We thought we'd make it alive. And we talked about it all night. We thought we'd make it alive. We talked about it all night. Just to throw the planet at the first light. And we thought we'd make it alive. Or at least we'd give it an honest try. And we talked about it all night. We thought we'd make it alive. And we talked about it all night. We thought we'd make it alive. We talked about it all night. We thought we'd make it alive. And we talked about it all night. We thought we'd make it alive. Why do I have to stay here on the ground? It's overrated. The cityscape escapes you with a sound. It's delineated. I waited at the station for an hour, but I won't make it. You take off on an updraft by the tower, and you overtake it. Every moment I see you on the rise, you're drawn across the sky. Now that ink has dried, and I can't tell you why. Oh, Mimi, can you tell me there's an issue? I've seen it clouded all around you. Why can't you tell me there's an issue you've seen before? Oh, Mimi, can you tell me there's an issue? I've seen it clouded all around you. Why can't you tell me there's an issue you've seen before? And I can't tell you why. Oh, I can't tell you why. Why you have to stay here on the ground? It's overrated. The cityscape parades you with a sound. It's delineated. No one here has even learned your name, but they all claim that they saw you land and land to do the same. But they won't make it. Every moment I see you on the rise, you're drawn across the sky. Now that ink has dried, and I can't tell you why. Oh, Mimi, can you tell me there's an issue? I've seen it clouded all around you. Why can't you tell me there's an issue you've seen before? Oh, Mimi, can you tell me there's an issue? I've seen it clouded all around you. Why can't you tell me there's an issue you've seen before? And I can't tell you maybe can you tell me there's an issue? I've seen it crowded all around you. I hear you tell me there's an issue you've seen before. And I can't tell you why. I can't tell you why. Box of bonds upon this ground, I'd give it up just to burn it down. And if they die, you can blame it on me. I've been setting up gravestones in my hometown. I wish I had been born at sea, then you wouldn't care and you wouldn't know me. Ebb and flow, they just don't carry me home. It's only water and air as far as I can see.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our continued coverage of the Fireside Cup. Tonight we have Leica G6 versus Global Clan Ice over 2 maps. We're going to be finishing off the group stages before we head on to the playoffs next week. My name is Tcmano. I am joined by the amazing #1 rocker. We also have Pika on production. Quick early shout-outs to Pika, sick, so huge shout-outs to them for stepping up and help producing this amazing match tonight. #1, how you feeling? How you like the Fireside Cup so far, and what are you looking forward to tonight?
Well, I'm feeling better than Pika, I can assure you that. Yeah, my heart goes out to him as well. Yeah, I'm glad to be here for this final match, I think, for this Group 1. And yeah, it's been about what I expected, I guess you could say. You know, I'm so happy to see it going on. And yeah, we got another match for you tonight. That's, well, based on these groups, I think it'll pretty much be the same as it always has been. But yeah, either way, looking to get right into it.
Yeah, very exciting to get right into it. It's going to be Leica G6 versus Global Clan Ice. We saw Leica G6 versus the other Global Clan just yesterday here on Essentials.tf. Shoutouts as well to Essentials.tf for their involvement in the Fireside Cup. If you don't know the Fireside Cup, it is a little preseason tournament that Fireside have graciously organized. And a little kind of quirk about the tournament is that there's only one off class allowed at a time, meaning that if a team runs an engineer, they cannot run a spy. If they run a sniper, they cannot run a pyro or any combination. So it does have a bit of an effect on the last holds in particular. Or, you know, if maybe a team runs a sniper, they can't go for the unexpected spy. They have to commit to the snipe on the field. So we have seen... it doesn't seem like it's really negatively affected teams' last holds too much. In fact, I think over the course of at least the 2 games I've seen #1, I don't know if it's the same for you, but it seems like there's been a lot of like really miraculously held last holds, and so it seems like teams have adapted fairly well to being limited by to one off class.
Yeah, last night with GCI against Froyotech on Metalworks, no less. Yeah, they had a few good last holds, and Paul Dog even got a kill on the Hobbit with the pickaxe, and I think it's actually what saved them the round. And yeah, so quite a few flub last pushes, and yeah, frankly, I forgot all about the off class rule. That might explain a lot of what we saw though yesterday. So yeah,
Definitely, and yeah, like you said, these teams have been playing over the course of the week. Last night, it was Global Clan Ice versus Froyotech over on Fireside. Tonight, it's going to be Froyotech versus Global Clan, the sister team, I guess you would say, but they don't have quite ice in their veins. Hopefully, if this squad has the ice in their veins, it might give them a better performance against Leica G6, because previously, Global Clan, Leica G6, Leica G6 won that 5-0, 5-0. Hopefully, Global Clan Ice can maybe get a little bit of a better showing than their sister team did last night. But still, the odds are going to be in favor of Leica G6. They are the defending LAN champions. And over no point in this tournament so far has there been any reason to question them about that.
oh, absolutely, yeah. Like I sort of alluded to it last night. You know, I wouldn't say that this group is so much a group of death, because, you know, usually that entails 3 really big teams beating up on one team. But actually, speaking of which, since both of these teams all under the Global Clan banner. I wonder how that will play out because, I mean, I don't think we have any illusions about how this might end. But what will be crucial is getting any and every round that they can get off of either G6 or Froyo to sort of mess up those standings and see how we go into seeding for the playoffs.
Yes, and we are going to be going live fairly shortly here. It's going to be 2 maps, like you said, to solidify the seedings for the playoffs, which are going to start next week. And so that is why it's only 2 maps. It's not a best of 3. It's only going to be 2 maps, but 2 maps are going to be Metalworks and Snake Water? Process. Sorry. It's going to be Metalworks and Process are going to be the 2 maps we see tonight, and then we're going to have the playoffs next week. And, I'm going to say my money is on Leica G6. Personally, I think they are going to be coming out as the victors, but I think Global Clan Ice have something in them to maybe get a couple rounds off of Leica G6. I'm going to say it's going to be a 5-2, still in favor of Leica G6, but, Global Clan, they got a few heavy hitters on there. I guess we can run down the rosters as well. Rakuso and Shamu are going to be the scouts. Rakuso, probably more known as CVS Pharmacy in his time as a roaming soldier on things like Velocity, and the original, actually, Leica G6 roster. He was a former teammate, and now he was going up against them. So it's, he's made a very good transition over onto Scout. And then the soldier duo is going to be Paul Dog and Kryptonite. Paul Dog, long made of Invite. Kryptonite as well as played on a lot of Invite rosters. I think he was on Froyotech for a hot second. We have No Mercy, aka Sin Karma, on demo, and then finally Dank on Medic.
And yeah, for your defending land champions on G6, we've got Bomo and Cap, of course, on the scouts. Big ol' Soapy Meister on Soldier. Kobe 1920 going to be the other one, who actually we saw in the 2v2 MGE tournament just the other week. Coming out here with the teammate Logan on demo, and Long Guy, of course, on Medic.
Yes, and now we have gone live with the first mid. Going to be watching the aforementioned Lol Guy as he dodges some spam. And, it looks like Kryptonite has gone down, and I think the round isn't super long because we do have some insider information that things might be re-exec, as we do see Kryptonite getting forcibly ejected from the server. I do believe it's because his game crashed or maybe his internet cut out. Very unfortunate, but that is where the pause happened, and I think they are going to re-exec.
I would hope so.
That is what we have been told as right now. It is just Chaos Paul Dog getting a cheeky pick onto Logan. Computer is just standing still as things have equaled out. And I think now we're just waiting for Kryptonite to get back into the server, and then things will restart.
Yeah, as far as predictions, going back to it since we're restarting. I think I'm gonna give it like a 5-1. Honestly, but I really wonder what it's going to be like in the Froyo match and if BC is going to be able to get any points at all. So most you can hope for is just messing up the seedings, like we said, just waiting for this reset. And yeah, I haven't actually had the time to catch any of G6, but I assume they're looking good, right?
Yes, they are looking very, very good.
Excellent. But a bit of a false start. It wouldn't be TF2 if we started on time. Right, so it's tradition at this point. You understand, surely.
It is indeed tradition. I don't know how many scrims. I know you've experienced this too, number one. You get the scrim, supposed to start at, let's say, 9:30, right? You get there. Maybe everyone on your team is in the server at 9:35, and then you're waiting for the enemy team, and they're like, oh, no, he's only a couple minutes away. A couple minutes turns into 7 minutes. Suddenly, it's 9:45. And you're like, all right, we've got one half just basically wiped away. They finally get their guy in, but then one of your guys was like AFK and they left. And so now you're just waiting on them, and they're like, why aren't you guys readying up? You're half-fling us. And you're just like, all right, chill. And then suddenly it's 9:55. You guys finally start your first half. It goes all the way, and then you have to go to your second half of scrims where the same thing happens all over again.
That's why I feel like the main and up way of scrimming with just one team at 10:30 and going 3 rounds is or 3 halves is the better alternative. Because once you got everybody there, you got everybody there. So no worrying about organizing with the second team. But actually, speaking of organizing, it looked like they had a little bit of a powwow in the blue house there for a second.
No, yeah, it did. Maybe they were doing some chants to bring back Kryptonite, and the
Mm,
chants have worked. The rain is
yes.
here. Kryptonite has descended onto the battlefield, ready to aid his team
Well,
once again towards hopeful victory.
actually, you know what? There's a an unwritten perk to the you know that soldier trombone taunt.
Yeah.
I call it the Horn of Summoning because if you happen to
Oh.
play it in a dead pub, people will start joining your pub. I swear it works every single time.
Dang, maybe Valve added that. Maybe that's how you get your server
Yeah,
a poppin'
Heartbeat
again.
doesn't work anymore. It's all about the Horn of Summoning.
Horn of Summoning. Dang.
Mhm.
I wonder if like there's an even bigger buff if you use the conch as well. But we're gonna have to test that later. As we now going live once again, it is going to be like a G6 versus Global Clan Ice. And watching Sin Karma on his roller, just going to be spamming a few stickies across the way to just try and get some damage on the low guy. That's going to be enough for Kryptonite. Go in. He goes for Big Bomb. It's actually going to be a fade as he immediately jumps out. Unfortunately, he does not land. Going to crater Faldoist. He trades out with the other roaming soldier, Soapy Meister. There's a little bit of scuffle in the house. It is going to be Paul Dog and Kobe. Kobe wins that one with a nice upward direct on a stationary Paul Dog. And now 2 down on the side of Global Clan Ice. They might make it 3 as Sin
Oh.
Karma is kind of trapped in on mid. He's not going to be able to trade one out before he goes down. That's going to be 3 down for Global Clan Ice. They have lost mid. And with the way like a G6 we're moving, they might have to vacate second as well.
Indeed, I have some thoughts on that actually, but no time for that. G6 already moving through alley. Cap and Soldier Buddy going to be pressuring that shutter. It's Kobe getting the kill on Recruiter, so down one, but Dank's almost dropping to the stickies from Logan. Holy cow, down to 11 HP. Barely gets that thing off in time, but it's going to be a G6 Uber advantage here because they're not going to be able to get literally anything with it, not even a speck of damage. So they're going to be rolling through, seeing what they see, and yeah, Seppi Meister threatening the banana side there. Getting some spam out, looking for the sentry gun. They're not going to find it. It's going to be Shamu actually at Pyro, so that's their one and only off class here. We'll see how it works for them. Looks like G6 is gravitating over towards the banana side. No, actually going main right. They're going to walk it in, not going to pop through. Soapy Meister's taking the aggression onto Kryptonite. Now the Uber has popped across the bridge. Cap clearing out the point. He's just going to sit in that thing. 40 HP, gets flashed again. Waiting for the rest of his team to come in. But yeah, not happening, and now scattered a bit here, and a bit of a failed push, but they do have 2 picks here, so they're able to regress. Soapy Meister getting chipped down here, waiting for an arrow on the side, and now 4 down just like that for GCI. Dank will die, and Sin Karma the last on that one, and boom shakalaka after a bit of an extended fight. G6 takes that first fight, or first round.
Yeah, G6 doing really well there to capitalize on their momentum. Go all the way from mid, to last, and they're getting that first round on the board very, very quickly as we do have the second. A lot of great form from like a G6 as we kind of expect. And especially on that last push, it didn't start out really good, but it was their recollapse after the Uber that really allowed them to get in and win. As now we do have the second mid. Logan gonna have to jump back as he dodges the flying soldiers headed his way. Now he meets back up with his medic. Looks like Global Clan, they do have to worry about Kobe, who is in behind. He's going for a wraparound play to try and get onto Dank. He hits the rocket. That's gonna be a dead medic, dead Dank. Paul Dog going to be the only one left alive. He does hit some nice rockets on the caps, but damage doesn't equal kill, so that is going to be a full wipe for Global Clan.
Yeah, really unfortunate. And I wanted to talk about that first mid. It looked like they were sort of replicating the success you saw against Royotech. They were locking out Logan, but yeah, it turned against them. And now in the second round, it's actually looking a lot worse than that first one. Back on last, they're going to give Engineer a try for their off class this time, it seems.
Yeah, they are going to put Shamu up on that engine. We do have a little bit of scuffle between Paul Dog and Kobe over in that left area as the Uber from Leica G6. We're just thinking, how do they want to take it? Looks like they're going to go far right from their perspective. Caps going to lead it in. They walk in, and now they do finally use after the soldier bombs into them. They haven't gotten any picks just quite yet. Paul Dog, super weak, is going to be able to manage to get into the respawn. And this Uber from Leica G6, not too good, but they just got so much cap time onto the point. It didn't matter that they didn't kill anyone with the Uber. They just corralled everyone back in the spawn. And because of that, they were able to stand on the point, make it a 2-0 game, number one.
Yeah, I'm certainly never going to say no if an Uber gives me space and positioning over kills, especially on last. Where are they going to go, right? So they go into that spawn, just sit on the cap, and that's exactly what G6 did, and turning it into a second round win, and not even 5 minutes gone. So yeah, much better pace for G6. Not so much if you're GCI compared to last night. So yeah, rolling out to the third mid here.
Yeah, definitely would like to see GCI adapt in some type of way to what like G6 has been putting down with a nice rocket onto Caps. That might be the way to start doing it. Paul Dog, a little bit weak, is going to have to back up, and his team are going to be able to get bot mode as well. Soapy Meister, another one to fall. Crypt going to be trying to see if he can maybe get a few rockets onto Logan. Does hit one, and that is going to be finally a 1 mid for G6. And now an opportunity for them to try and get onto the enemy team second.
So yeah, the first bit of daylight for GCI, and they're taking it. Hopefully it doesn't melt some. Kryptonite in early for his team. Gets shot out of the air by Cap. Very unfortunate. And yeah, this fight's looking more and more like it's going towards G6. Kobe 1920 trying to land on top of the map. There we go, on top of Dank. And yeah, that's a really early force, but can't really blame him as much here. A scuffle is going to see Sin Karma die as well, and a really long spawn timer as well. Love Guy still with Uber in hand as his team rolls through Valley. GCI retreating back in the house.
Yeah, and now we do have a soldier bombing away. It is going to be Soapy Meister. He tried to go deep into Valley there, but he does manage to off. Now, it is going to be, once again, like a G6, trying to mobilize through Valley. Seems like that's what they're going to do. Walk in. An opportunity for Global Clan to maybe get the forced lull guy, or maybe like G6 are just going to use their Uber in regardless and maybe get some picks over towards Valley. The Uber has been used. They're bombing in their demo. Super weak Logan might be able to catch out. Tank is caught. Definitely everyone has left him for dead on his team. He does survive a little bit, but it doesn't really matter. He's got no one to help protect him. There is a Sin Karma lurking in the forward spawns. I do think they know about him. He's probably just trying to delay the capture up on second as much as he possibly can, and there also is a scout behind number one.
Yeah, this is not the situation you want to be in. If you're GCI, having that player behind, never a good situation. And yeah, Kryptonite's trying to see what he can get. Paul Dog gonna actually come in and tap him in. Rakuso now making a move, fighting Soapy on the flank, but Soapy will live with but a sliver of health. So yeah, the back play was all for naught. Can't really do anything, but they do buy enough time to maybe get this guy up. It's still sitting at level 1 here. They got to figure something out. Lull Guy at 90% Uber. This push is going to be coming very soon here. They're already down 2 players. GCI is in a very poor shape for the slash push. Coming up here, and actually a forced in lobby by Paul Dog, but still going to be down both soldiers here. They're just going to roll in with the remaining bit of Uber here. Boma going to be fighting on top of the Cap point, and Cap actually going to come to help him out here, but he will die. And yeah, just exceptional damage from G6, able to take him down 1 by 1. GCI didn't really have a chance there. Really unfortunate. In any other circumstance, I think that early force in the lobby might have helped them, but against the reigning LAN champions, I don't think so.
No, they were just able to take the fact, all right, we're forced in lobby. That doesn't mean we're not going to get onto your last point. And they went the distance with it. They got the space regardless, and they have put themselves up 3-0, not even 10 minutes off the clock, and like a G6, showing why they are the LAN champs.
Yeah, and like I said, you know, they really gave Froyotech a good run for their money for the first 10 minutes and then crumbled, but yeah, G6 coming out strong here. Sin Karma going to be the first to die on this 4th mid, and GCI already backed out into their valley. They've just given it up after the demo pick. Very conservative play, but I supported all the same. Paul Dog taking the fight with Soapy Meister, but the rest of his team going to follow behind. Demo and Cap rolling through Valley now, carrying the momentum through. A bit of a scuffle in the house, but they're able to beat it back. But here comes that Valley push. Soapy Meister clearing the space here, and backing out a shutter is GCI. Kryptonite not going to be able to make it out here, and actually the demo Logan trying to trap off that shutter, and Rakusu just got gobbled up in lobby, and this is just looking monstrous for G6.
It is looking monstrous. They have just been pedal to the metal the whole time. Now it looks like they might be trying to go in, get a sack off onto Dank, who is playing super far back. Ubers are even because finally Dank did manage to stay alive, but you see G6, they're just taking a lot of space. They do get a nice pick onto Sin Karma, and they do drop him as well, so the Uber has been used, and now, like a G6, use their Uber in response. They get one onto Kryptonite, going to be walking across. Paul Dog dies trying to defend the point. He is going to go down because of it. They are going to get on the cap. So much cap time already for like a G6 bot mode, trying to stand on it. Kobe stands on it. And now that is going to be the 4th round. Like a G6 converting even when it was an even Uber scenario. Expert plays from them all around.
Yeah, this is, like you said, pedal to the metal is probably the most apt description for this play that we're seeing, because I can't even believe it. Not even 9 minutes gone right now. We're heading up to the 5th, actually final mid here on this first map.
It is, yeah, it could definitely be the final round if like a G6 continue their very impressive form. Kryptonite goes down very weak, is going to have to wait for an arrow as everyone else on his team do finally arrive at mid. Global Clan, a final opportunity maybe for them to get a round in this game, as they're just going to be rotating, responding to what Leica G6 are doing. Kobe is in behind, and Logan gets a nice pipe onto Recruso. Sin Karma goes down. Everyone from Leica G6 just grouping up, protecting their medic from the onslaught of Global Clan Ice players coming their way. And that is going to be the second full wipe in this game in the 5th round mid-win, for Leica G6 in a row.
Yeah, I don't even think any of G6 players reached red health on that mid. That was just about as clean as you can get it there, and really unfortunate. This is a cheeky corner strat here. I think I last saw this on Gully Watch years and years ago. They're going to pop out that Uber right in the face of GCI as the Cap finishes on second here. Dank has no help even getting close to Uber here. It's basically a spawn camp. This is looking like BM, honestly, if you ask me.
Yeah, it is a little bit of a spawn camp, and it looks like they do have a lot of time to try and close it out. It actually is only going to be Kobe on the point. There's so much cap time, but there's only 2 Leica G6 players left alive. It is going to be Caps and Lol Guy. An opportunity maybe for Global Clan to try and force something out. Caps should die in here. Actually gets a nice arrow from his medic to stay alive a little bit longer, but Lol Guy is stuck a little bit too long. Maybe a little bit of BN from him. He does go down to the Rockets of Kryptonite and Bulldog, who both die trying to escape onto second, and Leica G6 have made their presence known on it with the help of the stickies of Logan. Still going to be Uber ad for Global Clan Ice, though, as they try to push out.
Ooh, yeah, Dank didn't have the Uber, so he couldn't quite get forced. Kobe, in the meantime, going to be going down Logan, getting the kill on Shamu with the stickies. Dank's got full Uber, Lol Guy only with 30, but they're backing out to last all the same here, and Destin getting caught here on the shutter, but Rakusa is actually going to fend off Cap here, and this is just looking sloppier and sloppier the longer this goes on. G6 finally coming to their senses and backing up, but that actually is because the Uber was popped off by Dank, and now Lol Guy with that Uber swing at 60% here. DCI's going to capture the second, but it's going to be a leapfrog, surely.
Yeah, it surely is going to be a leapfrog. It seems like Lol Guy is going to be at Uber fairly soon. And it's just going to be a question of, do Leica G6 use to get on to second, or are they able to hold on to it and use it at last instead? As seems like they have made their decision. They're coming in through lower. They do use the Uber actually fairly early, all things considered. Didn't seem like there was anyone on Global Clan Ice in position for them to catch. They only find one in Paul Dog, who's maybe just the spotter, as now Leica G6 do try and bust in. They know that Global Clan doesn't have Uber just yet, and they are going to get in. They do take down the demo. That's going to be Sin Karma down. That means these doorways are a lot freer for Leica G6 to walk in, and walk in they do. And now it does have to be on Global Clan to use the Uber in response to defend their last, and they are going to do it in the nick of time. So much cap time on the point already. Oh, nice arrow from Dank to a clean up bot mode there. So that is going to be a last held for Global Clan, but you can already see number one, that Lol Guy is at 80%.
Yeah, bot mode tried to get cheeky and hide, but he got spotted up by Paul Dog, and yeah, it didn't quite work out for him here, but yeah, this is looking still dire. It's not great, down both soldiers, and we've seen this sort of situation before. Lol Guy with that full Uber gets forced out by Shamu, but in a tight corridor with Soapy Meister, you're not going to last very long. And yeah, 3 dead for GCI. Looks like it's going to be all shit right here. Soapy's on top of the point, Sticks on top of the point as well. Sin Karma, but he deads it there, so yeah, fighting desperately to live as long as he can, but tough call. Soapy Meister getting 2 more, and still holding on for dear life, and now it's just Dank and Shamu coming out of spawn. It's a kill on a weak soldier, but yeah, not a whole lot there. 5-0 on the first map. G6 take it.
Yeah, G6 take it in less than half of the available time before continuous overtime. Definitely extremely dominant from Leica G6, showing why they are the defending LAN champs. As they, I guess, we can mosey on over and take a little look at some of the logs, and I expect to see some insane, monstrous damage from Logan. I don't know if you have them up right now, number one. It seems like that is the case.
Yeah, 432 for Logan on demo. 8 and 2 with 6 assists. So yeah, pretty huge. Let's see here, about 30 more kills and 4,000 more damage, 3 more Ubers. It's G6. I can't say I'm surprised. But what I am quite surprised about that is still continuing the trend I saw last night, and it still puzzled me after I woke up this morning, is very early Uber uses from some of these teams here, and I really don't know quite the rationale behind it.
Yeah, that was also something I noticed last time. It was something that Global Clan affected them a lot on Gully Watch. They would use in through choke almost every single time. They weren't willing to try and take it for free. But in those split-second decisions, you got to think better, safer. Sorry, use the Uber, and then maybe you can get a cheeky pick as they come back in. Versus don't Uber, you drop. It's all sadness all around. So I can understand it, but it has a recurring theme from a lot of these teams, but definitely not affecting G6 for the worst. Logan at 432, like you said, Caps as well at 403. Just huge damage coming out from the combo of like a G6 and just showing why they're on top right now.
Yeah, lol guy, by the way, only one medic death. Just that close to having a perfect game. Actually, funny enough, like Shay did have on Metalworks, Froyotech years and years back. But yeah, heading over to the second map. But actually, I do believe we have some words for you. Manco.store. This cup would not have been possible without Manco.store. Good TF2 marketplace for buying and selling items with real cash, by the way. If you type exclamation Manco Store and use our affiliate link to support both us and Manco Store when you buy TF2 items on Manco Store, we greatly appreciate it. And on top of it, if you get a sick deal on your hat or your strange or whatever it is you want to sell on Manco Store, why not give some consideration to joining Fireside memberships? If you join today by typing exclamation subscribe in the chat, you'll have access to VIP badges on all of our Twitch channels, unreleased and uncut content, production guides, and early access to upcoming videos. So give it a look, see how it tickles your fancy. But yeah, with that said, we can hop right into this second map on process. And well, to say G6 is looking good, I mean, we said it multiple times, but I don't think we can say it enough because yeah, that was a pretty domineering performance by them on that first map.
Yeah, it was. And the thing is, we know that Global Clan Ice do have it in them. This core, the core of this was of the Greasy Dot Hogs not long ago, and they
Yeah.
got second in invite. I mean, I don't think like G6 were playing that season, but this roster, I think were able to defeat Froyotech in one of the matches that season. So it was they definitely have it in them, and they did also go to LAN and got fourth. So definitely an experienced team. I know that I assume that they're going to try and play the RGL season and attempt to go to LAN once again and get that win that they were denied last time. So they definitely have it in them. It's just looking a lot better for like a G6 at the moment. It just seems like they're extremely coordinated. They go in with a plan. They're able to execute on that plan and then also make, very quick adjustments and adaptations if anything goes awry. Three very important skills that it's rare to always find in a team.
Absolutely. And when you're cruising at, 25,000 feet, you get a commander's eye of the battlefield, that sort of helps too.
That's true.
And your cheese, I don't know. I had to make the joke. I'm sorry.
No.
I've had the song stuck on my head all day. Straight
Really?
up. Yes. Why wouldn't I? Come on. It was only the biggest earworm of what, 2010 or whatever? Yeah, of course.
That's true. That's completely fair. That always happened to me. Like I'll get a song just stuck in my head all day. But one thing that hopefully can get stuck in your guys' head is to join the Fireside membership that we talked about previously. Definitely helps out put on these amazing tournaments and other community events. But speaking of the community event in question, Fireside Cup, we are live with the second map, Global Clan Ice versus Leica G6 on the second map process.
Yeah, and I'm watching the Kryptonite spam. A little bit of a beef roll up, but he's just spamming from glass right now. Seppi Meister along his small pack, just waiting for the aggression here. Playing the standard central mid. No big deal here. Now finally some soldiers jumping on the wreck rate, singling out Cap. Very nicely done. It's the first pick for the GCI side. Now bot mode, linking up with this medic Logan on the rock as well. Kobe getting popped up and jostled around, finished off by Kryptonite. Seppi Meister's trying his hand though, and just gets obliterated by Kryptonite as well. So pretty big mid for him as well. And G6 looking like they have a crack in the fuselage here.
Yeah, like a G6 showing that They're on the back foot for maybe the first time in the series tonight, as we do see a nice bomb from Cryptid to get the force off onto Lolgai. He is going to have to use the Uber, get two further troubles. Cryptid, and probably more importantly, Sin Karma is going to fall. That allows Like a G6 to get in through choke, basically uncontested. They don't have to worry about any traps or any of the 12 projectiles, but Demo Man can spam. Soapy Meister is on the hunt for the soldier in sewer. A little bit of a 1v1, but now we are going to see the rest of the Global Clan squad use their own Uber to try and collapse on all of these very far forward Like a G6 players. I don't think they're going to be able to. Everyone from Like a G6 just kind of escapes back into their choke. Dank with an arrow kill on to Soapy Meister, and now we do have another mid fight, but with that player add in the favor plan, I think that is be Like a G6 backing up to their second and trying to play the Uber ad that they find themselves with again.
Surely, yeah, about 5 seconds here separating Lolgai from getting Uber, and down both soldiers, but yeah, with that Uber, and they've got Demo. So quite unlike what DCI had but a second ago, but he's getting singled out here by the bomb up. Logan barely able to slink back there, waiting for an arrow. And GCI taking some positioning here. Bot mode actually botting up the pipe there. Takes a rocket for a shovel, almost goes down there, but very fortunate for him. He will live. Now it's Lolgai corralling the rest of his team to come through the choke here. Soapmeister clearing through PC, if you will, and taking out Russo as well. And yeah, G6 taking this a little bit of an elongated mid-fight here. Soapmeister going to continue the aggression onto Paul Dog, who is retreating out of sewer, and GCI on their second. Even Ubers.
GCI are indeed on their second, trying to defend from Like a G6, but they haven't spotted. There's a soldier in on their medic. It is going to be Kobe coming in from lower IT. He gets the force, and he also helps out in destroying Kryptonite, who does go down. It's going to be one less player on Like a G6 to try and get this force from Lolgai, which they would desperately want, as they know Like a G6 are going to be pushing in onto the second any second now, actually, as they do have Uber advantage. Question is, do they use it now to get second, or do they hold onto it to try and use it to take last? Seems like they're going through Al-Qaeda, but with bot mode dying, this does give Global Clan maybe a little bit more room to try and get this force out onto Lolgai.
Well, Kryptonite's going to go down, so even players. Logan sitting with 6 HP. That's a demo pick, so that's certainly something, but the cap going down on the second point, and Dank actually escaping away from Soldier coming in through rollout, but Kobe's going to gobble up Sin Karma with the help of Soapy, and that will be massive ad for Lolgai, but it is thinning out all the time, and Botmode actually up on Sniper here as the rest of his team pushing into last here. Paul Dog catching out Soapy in 2. Shaman going to finish off that kill. Some rage on the cap from Kobe, and G6 in some trouble here. Could get pressured if they're not careful here. Lolgai, very low HP, pops out that Uber before it gets any more tricky. Dank has Uber of his own, but he does drop Sin Karma in the process here, but a quick reply onto Logan here. Going to see him bringing out his soldier with the remaining trickle of Uber. Cap backing up, and bot mode still on Sniper here. Actually, might have worked out in their favor here. Soapy Meister and Upper IT. Bot mode finally getting the headshot onto Shamu, and it's a bit of a slobber knocker here on the second point.
It is indeed, but I think as the dust settles, maybe it doesn't settle, as we do have a scout going in extremely deep. That is going to be a dead Kryptonite. Dank once again saving himself. He gets a kill with the arrow onto the aforementioned cap, says. It is just going to be a little bit of chaos. Soapy Meister over by Rollout, maybe trying to see if he could go for a sacrifice on to Dank, but Dank is far enough away to be able to stay alive. Paul Dog trades out, but he gets Logan as he dies, and that is a much better trade actually for Global Clan. Like a G6 still trying to muscle their way in here through 1 and 2. They do use the Uber. Dank doesn't have just quite yet, and seems like they are going to be caught out a lot better for Like a G6 for the moment. Going to be trying to collapse on all of these players still outside of spawn for Global Clan. They get all of them. It's only going to be a respawning Paul Dog. He tries to jump in, not going to be enough. That is going to be the first round in the favor of Like a G6, but a lot more fight being shown from Global Clan Ice.
Absolutely, yeah. It seems to be a lot of extended, drawn-out fights here. Real, actual example of tug of war here in 5CP. And yeah, I think actually what that was on that last push was, I don't know. I think Lolgai might have been building a little bit better because it was basically an even Uber exchange, and yeah, they were holding way too close. And I think just that little bit of Uber advantage really helped them come out on top and catch an unawares GCI.
As we do have the second mid. Soapy Meister is going to have to back off once again. It is going to be GCI taking this mid, so definitely a lot better for them overall in comparison to Metalworks. We do have Paul Dog over in sewer. He's going to have to back up as the rest of his team come in to help him, as now GCI have to try and figure out how they take second, how they sack on to Lolgai, who is surely going to be very protected by the rest of his squad. Paul Dog just over by choke, just trying to see if maybe there's some type of angle or an easy opening for him to get in, or maybe allow one of his other flank buddies or soldier players to get in as well. As now it's just going to be on Global Clan Ice to figure out what they want to do here and how they can execute it.
Yeah, it seems like they're actually taking a lot of time to slow down the approach here, but just as quickly, Kryptonite goes down to Stickies, but Rakuso answering back on a Kobe 1920, but he will get traded out as well. Uber's still in the hands of both medics here, and G6 looking like they want to take this aggression with a player advantage here, and it is going to be Soapy Meister bombing through, clearing space, making it back to choke. Very nicely done, but Shamu still standing firm and actually jumping over onto Sin Karma. Then going to be the first to pop his Uber in the grass. Now G6 trying to get forced. Ooh, almost a cheeky arrow from Dang, could have gotten his fourth in the series there. Still holding on to that Uber. Lolgai going to be grouping up this team. Be going through sewer actually, could be cheeky here and could catch GCI if they're a bit slow to react, but no, they're well out of danger there. They're going to be backing up with only 30% Uber. Sin Carmen taking some damage in the choke here. Logan continuing the aggression on Paul Dog, fighting in sewer against Kobe. And just going to trade some blows and back it up. G6 going to get that second point, or that midpoint actually, right back from him. And it seemed to be more of a repeat of that first round, you know, just an extended mid fight more or less. And G6 coming out on top as an Uber is popped to upright T. My bad, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, a very aggressive Uber from Leica G6 through upper IT. They only find one for their troubles, and Global Clan Ice are going to have an Uber advantage to work with here, but they are in a very precarious situation of trying to push out from their last. Soapy Meister waddling through rollout is going to get some good spam damage onto the combo of Global Clan Ice, and just cause a little bit more chaos for them, as now they do finally have Uber. Question is, do they try and push out? Looks like they are going to attempt to. Looks like they're going to take it through one. Shamu trying to lead the charge, but meets the stickies of Loken. That is surely going to be a call to halt for Global Clan Ice to sit on their last instead, as we do have Caps trying to muscle their way in through 5 bot mode. Instead is going to fall, as Caps now going to be in a little bit of a scuffle. We do see, oh my god, that was a very aggressive play from Rakuso. He does get the Uber as well. The force out from Lokai, not having to use just quite yet, is Global Clan Ice. Soapy Meister over by rollout. See if they can get a force in or a sack attempt, but no, that is going to be Paul Dog shutting that down. Everyone else on Global Clan still trying to aggress forward onto these people in lobby, but no one is there to help it get onto them. Dank was the most far forward one, as everyone now on GCI gonna have to respond as like G6 come in. They flood in with the reinitiation, and there's only gonna be one player left alive. It was a respawning Crypt. He goes down, and I'm very impressed like a G6 won that number one, because it was looking fairly bad for them. They were at Uber Dissad. GCI were right there on last. They could have taken that Uber in, but they were able to play the refight very, very well.
I think Rakuso was maybe trying to get an Uber, but Dank didn't really have the position to keep up with him, so he just got the force out. And yeah, it was one of those weird situations where, well, the time to Uber has already passed, and now it's kind of too late to pop now. But either way, it's 2-2 for G6. Now into the third mid here, some early aggression. Going to be seeing Soapy Meister dying, and yeah, these mids are looking great, especially when Sin Karma pipes Lolgai and Shamu kills Kobe 1920, so only 3 left alive. They just got to keep their meta alive. GCI bot mode waiting in sewer is caught out though. Not the cheekiest of spots here, frankly, but yeah, cleaned up by Sin Karma. Now the spawn up from Cap, going to see him on Engineer, and yeah, really good mid for GCI, and probably the most convincing one they've had thus far on Process.
100%. I would say most convincing in the whole game tonight, and it definitely has to be a little bit of a morale boost for GCI. Their mids have been very good in comparison to Metalwork, so the question is now how can they convert that into a last push and a last win, as we are going to see the last push come out from GCI. They do take down the Sentry Gun, now going to rotate over onto the left side, but that's where they get mulched by the combined rockets of Sobi and Kobe, as now it is going to be like the G6 having a fairly solid defense of their last. They did lose Lolgai in that, but they were able to trade out Dank dead as well, so it is going to be an even Uber situation. Enough player ad for like a G6 to get onto their second, retake it probably not going to be able to get onto mid, but still a little bit of a saving grace for teams getting each other's medics.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only consolation they got there. And yeah, since it was even medic deaths, no sides really coming up on crits, which I would like to see, but you know, it is what it is. And so yeah, stalemate on second yet again. G6, you know, they're up 2, but it's a hell of a lot better fight from GCI this time around. And I'm glad to see it, but they have got to actually convert some of this momentum. They're getting off the mids into points on the board, which is absolutely what they need. You know, they may not really have a hope of getting it through to the playoffs, but the more they can disrupt G6 flow heading into playoffs, the better. Now, as we're just building these Ubers out, almost to full Uber, Rakuso is up on Sniper, however.
Rakuso is indeed up on Sniper, and that's to be how
Bro.
yeah, Global Clan want to try and break this stalemate that they found themselves in. It is just going to be up onto Rakuso. He is over in sewer, ready for someone to open that shutter door and let him get a peek. See if he can connect ahead. Instead, it's going to be his demo, Sin Karma, that gets a sticky trap kill onto Soapy Meister. That's going to be one down for Leica G6. Maybe an opportunity for Global Clan to still send someone in, have a soldier go in for the sack. Looks like that's what Crypt is going to do. He goes in through lower IT unspotted. He hits one rocket onto the medic, but not going to be able to find one more. Dog at risk of dying, and he does. He craters over by choke, and now seems like Leica G6 are going to be flying in. Soapy Meister, the one to do that. He goes all the way into the enemy team sewer, and look at that. Global Clan are just out of mid. They see that, recognize that they don't want any part of that. They are back to their second.
Yeah, but it looks like they're going to get forward, so we'll be full strength on second. Logan's still going to test the water, see what they got here, but yeah. Rakuso still on Sniper, managed to get a cheeky headshot on the Soapy Meister, I do believe there, so still showing that he is the threat. They got to respect it, and yeah, a single positioning mistake and a body shot to cap will result in a frag there and a man up for GCI, so certainly something to work with here. Dog working through choke, waddling, seeing what he got here. Rakuso looking into sewer, bit of a close range shot here, but a 1v1 between Kobe and Dog. You can see him coming down top. Kryptonite bombing all the way through onto Low Guy, gets the force off. Very nicely done. Good distraction play, but we'll see him die for that. But here comes the bomb in from Kobe. Gets swallowed up. Soapy Meister now behind in rollout. Dank still holding onto his Uber, but they still have this sniper up, so it's not exactly ideal. And I think fearing the spoon, Dank will pop off that Uber. But yeah, not much this ad, but G6 going to take whatever they can get here. A bomb from Logan's going to see him almost killing Dank here. Shamu going to go down to bot mode, so down 2, but Rakuso answers back with a swift headshot onto bot mode, so very nicely done. Cap taking a fight on Kryptonite from 5. He's going to jump out to safety. Very nicely done. Links back up with this medic here, and the Cap going down on second. Very slight Uber advantage for Lol Guy as well.
Yeah, very well played from Leica G6 there. They had a few players in behind, and they were able to coordinate with them to take the space as the players on Global Clan Ice were trying to go back and look for them. We do have a soldier exchange over in rollout. You love to see it. It happens to every one of us. That is going to be both of the soldiers trading out. Kobe and Crypt dying over in rollout. That's not going to stop Soapy Meister from jumping in. Does a lot of damage to Sin Karma and is still managing to stay alive over by rollout, as we do have a sniper on the field. But this time it's like a G6, and it is going to be bot mode lurking over in lobby, looking through 3. He had an opportunity to get onto a scout, but is not able to hit the shot. They should know that there's a sniper on the field for Global Clan Ice, and now the question is, how are they going to respond? Seems like they're content to have Rakuso come up on the sentry of engineer, and that means that they cannot counter snipe without taking Rakuso off of that engineer, so they are much more at the risk of whether bot mode can start hitting some shots here.
Yeah, and if this for TFC, you know, wouldn't be that much of an issue because the engineer can build so quickly. It's just one whack to upgrade with the requisite cells. But anyway, that's spring game quite literally entirely. Soapy Meister will die. 3 HP in a dream. Does get finished off. It might have been a crater from Dog here. Now the cheeky peek from bot mode in 1. Sticky's at his feet here. No buff to speak of really as the fight goes on between Kobe and Kryptonite. We'll get the frag. Sees Dank, but does not land the headshot. About the clearest chance he had this entire life as sniper here. Kobe looking in through 5, trying to see if he can see the gun. Gets his spam going down. Cap going to try to go in for the distraction, but gets eaten up, accomplishing not much of anything here. So down to player each, but Kobe in danger of dying, and he does crater indeed this time. So Dog getting 2 crater kills on the same last hold. Very nicely done. Don't know if he drew it up that way, but he'll take it.
I definitely will take it. An opportunity maybe for them to poke and prod, see if there's maybe any weaknesses, any openings that they can exploit from like a G6 hold on second, but they're not really willing to commit anything more than that. So they do back up onto last, allowing like a G6 to get all their spawners and try again to figure out some way to break into this last point. Only 2 minutes left on the clock before a round reset, so not too much pressure just quite yet on like a G6, but if things keep on going this way and they're not having any success finding an entrance, they might have to go for an Uber change, which seems like they're gonna do regardless. They're taking it in on the soldier. You don't see too many solo soldier Uber exchanges anymore, and that's probably why Soapymeister is gonna go down in lobby there. They did get out the Uber from Dank, so they were successful on that front, but they didn't really get any space with it. They didn't take down the sentry gun, so we are effectively in another stalemate.
And yeah, still trying to work that sniper pick bot mode, not having the greatest luck. I think he just wants to be off this class, frankly. 65 seconds left in the round before the reset. They're just trying to bully their way in through 5 G6, meeting Sin Karma in 4. Kobe going to take down Kryptonite in the meantime here. So down a player. This could be something here. They're getting the spam out of the gun as well. Kobe 1920 from rollout. Cap going to go down, however, but they do have dispenser advantage. G6 I don't know, they'll take it. Still looking for the sniper. Logan managing to connect some pipes onto Paul Dog, so still down 2. Kryptonite will take his place on the respawn here. Gun finally going down from Kobe 1920 on the spam. Soapymeister leading the charge in through 5, getting behind with some pressure in pillbox. Kobe going to take the brunt of the actual fight there and will die. 30 seconds to go. Uber popped in from Dank, taking an exchange in lobby. Bit of a positional advantage here for G6. Actually, GCI lets them roll in here. Now Paul Dog coming out of the spawn. And yeah, looks like it's going to be a reset unless something crazy happens. Bobo gets a kill on the Dank. And on the same Karma. Could they work these picks here? Long guy, actually, a lot of G6 very weak here. Long guy going to go down, and this looks like a wipe here. Kobe desperately sitting on top of the point to prevent some sort of overtime here. 1v1 Spire, but not the fight that you might expect here. But Kobe got the rockets here, and it's a stalemate reset. And wow, yeah, the toughest fight GCI's had, I think, for the whole night, and they came out on top. I'll call that a win for them.
That was a win. I mean, Botmo definitely won individually with those two insane headshots. But yeah, that is fairly impressive from G. Were able to fend their last in such a tricky scenario. And we are now on to the round reset. The fourth mid in this map so far. And they've been fairly good for GCI. We're going to have to see if maybe like a G6 are going to be able to adapt and have a little bit better of a mid, as they are going to be rotating over towards their sewer, taking a little bit of damage. Going to have to heal up as we do see the soldiers going for some fade bombs across the point. Global Clan just playing the distance very well for the moment. A lot of weak players on like a G6, all kind of having to get huddled up and get some health, as Olga is trying to avoid all the spam headed their way, but unfortunately for the offensive players on the team, they're not going to be able to do the same. Only 3 players up for like a G6. Soapymeister jumps back to join the remainder of his crew, as Logan deleted by some nice stickies from Sin Karma. And I mean, one time you can maybe call it a fluke, twice, but 3 times the GCI have been able to win mid off of like a G6, and it seems like they have got something fundamentally right on these mids that like a G6 do not. That doesn't stop bot mode from just deleting Shamu, but even with that being the case, GCR is still going to be very happy. They got mid again. They have Uber advantage, which they have done a fair few times in this game so far, number one. The question is, are they able to convert it into a round win? We haven't seen that so far. Let's see if we can see it right now.
Yeah, making their way through Al-Qaeda. Soapymeister spots him out, faded away. Here comes the bomb from Kobe. Actually colliding midair with Paul Dog there. Soapy in IT now as the rest of GCI walks through grass. The trade on the Kryptonite in the meantime, but yeah, traded up by Shamu. And now GCI is just sort of lingering. Sin Karma caught out and once again dropped by Dank. Very unfortunate. But Rakusa is going to try to see what they can get with the rest of that Uber, but no, hot on the heels. G6 answering right back. Just so much speed. You didn't even notice the transition there. Cap taking out Rakusa in the meantime, and Dank's got to, hightail it out of there. Almost a cheeky play from Paul Dog, but decided to think better of it and will die without getting much of anything. And oh man, what a crumble there. G6 just like a pistol shooting out there and already taking back mid and already on a GCI second. Soapymeister threatening Rakuso in forward spot. Cap pressuring one. Kobe on the Sin Karma with the pickaxe. There we go, baby.
And that is exactly kind of a difference right now from these two teams. GCI have had a lot of trouble converting their advantages into successful pushes. The same cannot be said for Leica G6, as we do see them on enemy teams last. They already have so much on the point. Finally, they use their Uber and get it regardless. It's going to be 3-0 for Leica G6. And it just seems like it's kind of the Uber advantage from Global Clan Ice for not able to make things stick. They're able to win the team fight on mid, which is always great. You know, that's a really great way to get yourself set up to start taking rounds. Even with that, even when they do have Uber advantage off of mid, you know, they keep the majority of their players alive. It seems like the G6 are able to defend well and able to neutralize the situation and get momentum off of it.
Indeed. As we're going out to the fifth mid, this momentum is looking more and more in G6's favor. Botman getting the first kill onto Paul Dog, and Rakuso, Logan going to get Kryptonite with the pills, and yeah, this is the first mid that GCI is out and out lost there. D6 once again hot on the heels. Dang, desperately trying to get the hell out of Dodge. Sid Karma's going to get just absolutely mocked in sewer. Very unfortunate, but it is Uber on last, so you know, silver linings here and there. But yeah, probably the best mid for G6 so far. I was getting worried we were going to go into like a give up mid, re-win the mid fight type of meta here being developed in real time. But yeah, G6 threatening the last push yet again.
They are threatening last, and they don't have Uber ad this time, but seeing what they can do before, that's not to say that Global Clan shouldn't be worrying anymore, as we do see bot mode running in through 5. He is going to be trying to get onto Sin Karma, not going to be able to find it. Kobe also goes down, and that's going to be a two-man stack for Leica G6, an opportunity for Global Clan to try something, but it's going to be Leica G6 who instead decides to shove one, and they are going to find out Paul Dog with that shove. Maybe they're seeing if they could go for some type of wraparound play, depending on how aggressive Global Clan Ice were, but things are going to equal out here for the moment. Global Clan still going to be pressuring very aggressively as they send in Kryptonite to go for a sack. He's not going to find anything, and now it is going to be a player ad for Leica G6, and they have a sniper on the field.
I was going to say, I have to stop you there. They did find out something. They found out they got the sniper on bot mode yet again, taking the hero peek. Their one actually goes back before he can scope in. Dank's actually holding close to the wall near one, so not a bad spot, honestly. Wasn't there, and yeah, Paul Dog going to kill bot mode, so we won't have another 5 minutes on sniper this time, as unfortunate as that might be. Kryptonite, I mean not Kryptonite, GCI holding very nicely onto the last as Paul Dog finds a kill on Kobe 1920, but he is traded by Sophie Meister Shamu, getting the answer back onto Sophie. So down both soldiers, actually down 3 for G6, and the force on the wall guy from Shamu here. Going to try to see what they can get with the rest of this, see if they can get a force off. Sin Karma will not be dropped this time. Very fortunate for him. Rakuso going to get the kill on the cap here. So down 2 still for G6, but actually pretty even players for both teams. GCI looking tentatively like they want to push out, but the more they wait, the less opportunity they have. Finally coming out here, still on sniper. Bot mode spawned up once again on sniper. Kryptonite coming out through one. He's going to find both soldiers, and Kobe 1920 going to link up with the rocket. Very nicely done. The pop out from Dank's going to find Sin Karma and the choke taking on Logan, but can't quite finish off the kill. We'll find the med, however, so that's something. But the back half, hello, it's just Kobe all alone. In the meantime, unaccounted for, 4-0, and I didn't think we would see a back half quite like that in this match. But G6 will take it, 4-0.
Yeah, really, really great awareness from Kobe, recognizing what needed to be done and being able to do it. Gets his team a 4th round on the board. It's looking like it might be another 5-0 in the favor of Leica G6, and if that were the case, they would have dispatched both of the Global Clans with relative ease. Still an opportunity for Global Clan to get at least 1 round on the board over both of their teams, as they are going to be playing over by Choke. Soapy in a little bit of a battle over by IT. He is going to be able to jump out, escaping the scattergun shots of Shamu, as no one has fallen just quite yet, but a lot of players on Global Clan, meaning they are going to have to bunch up and get healed. They have less of a presence on mid, a lot better presence for Leica G6, and Soapy Meister goes in for the immediate sack. He is gonna fall, but that should still be a 1 mid for Leica G6. No one essentially died there. I'm not gonna count Soapy Meister because I think his team already won it by then. So definitely a mid of pressure and slowly prodding and playing the space.
Indeed, as a little bit of aggression from Logan sees a pick. Actually, no, Kryptonite does his own work on bot mode. Paul Dog going to believe the charge through choke this time. Crusoe through YT meets Kobe, and he has 2 rockets with his name written all over him, so no luck for him. But it will be another fight on the mid here. No Ubers popped yet here, but some pretty low health from Soapymeister. Actually does get the force off Kobe. Now Kryptonite tries his hand, but Lol Guy sitting comfortably with 76 HP. Waiting for the rest of his team to group up. Shemu getting in the face there, but shut down just as quick by Soapy. Some sick rockets, and the spoon landing on top of Kryptonite won't connect over, but Cap will finish off that kill. So down 2 for GCI, and Sin Karma's going to back away. Paul Dog and Sewer could get caught out here, and Logan, yeah, with the pills to do it.
He does have the pills to help take down Paul Dog, and that is going to be second taken for Leica G6, an opportunity for them to make it a clean 20-0 sweep over the past couple of nights, as they are going to be getting into lobby. They jumping forward. Logan leading the charge, going to be forcing everyone on GCI back into spawn, as they haven't found any picks just quite yet. They do have a little bit of space to work with, but it's not all over. Global Clan trying to exit spawn. They are going to get both soldiers taken down, but so much cap time on the point already for Leica G6. I don't know if they have anyone positioned to really get on top of it, however. They're all huddled up over by one. Someone running onto the point. In spot mode. He gets onto Dank. Really great play from him. He wrapped around behind and came in when no one was looking. And now this puts GCI especially onto the back foot. Even though they've been able to hold on to last just quite now, they are going to be at very, very insane disad, as Soapymeister just waits for bot mode to spawn up so he can switch off of Spy. Bot mode, I think taunting him. It was taking a little bit for him to walk out of the forward spawn, but he is eventually going to do so, and now it is going to be uber advantage for his team. Lol Guy has, and this could be the final round.
Well, if ever there was a last push for it, it would be this. It's massive overhead. They got a lot of time to work with, and there we go. Popping in before for the gun. Pretty standard stuff here. Got to clear out the point. They're going to be looking for the rest of the kills with this Uber. Point should be cleared off by now, but Dank's going to drop out of heaven with his team, but the rest of GCI going to be taking some fights in the meantime, separated from those heals. Kobe, in the meantime, going to kill on the Dank, so Lol Guy with the heal advantage for his team could be just what they need to push him over the edge to get this, and yeah, GCI is looking like they're not doing so well. Cap getting the kill on the Rakuso. Demo v Demo fight on the left side here is going to see Logan coming out on top here as a Scout v Soldier fight with the heals. Is going to see Kryptonite with the kill on the Logan, but Botmo trying to dive for the point, but shut down by Kryptonite, and yet another tenuous, very close held hold by GCI here on last. Cap getting the kill on the Kryptonite. Shema pushing out, going to find Cap with his med here. Speaking of which, Lol Guy with the Uber advantage. They do have a sniper still in the hands of Kobe, so they're down a soldier, just and one projectile for G6 here. GCI not able to finish out the Cap here halfway, but that won't be enough to really help him here. Minute 30 left on the clock here, so the server time will run out before the round timer, as Lol Guy getting up on his Uber right now.
And they do have Kobe up on the sniper, as we do see Crypt push aggressively into the sniper, does a lot of damage, isn't going to be able to find Bomb on Kobe, actually with a nice headshot onto Kryptonite to trade him back out. The Uber has been exchanged, they haven't gotten anything else. They do have a bit of cap time onto the point. Soapymeister is just going to stand on it, no one there to contest him. And that is going to be the final round in the favor of Leica G6, winning it 5-0 on process, 5-0 on metalwork. Last night they won 5-0, 5-0 against both of the Global Clan team. So looking very, very good for them. I think they might have secured themselves as the #1 seed. It depends on whether Froyotech have lost any rounds to GC, because if that's the case, I think Leica G6 are going to be heading into the playoffs as the first seed. But if not, I think, funnily enough, I think both Leica G6 and Froyotech are going to have identical score lines.
Yes.
And I think Global Clan and Global Clan Ice are also going to have identical score lines.
Yeah, it was a bunch of ties between Froyotech and G6, and then the Global Clan teams tied against each other. And yeah, when they weren't facing each other, it was just 5-0 rules the whole time. So I think it is like 100% parity with the score lines. I don't think they were accounting for that when they drew up these group stages.
No, definitely not. I am just going to take a little look and see. Oh, no, Global Clan. Okay, not to spoil anything, but Global Clan did manage to get a round off of Froyotech on Bagel.
Really?
So,
Bagel?
Yeah, Bagel. That was the first map that they played tonight. They played Bagel and Gullywash. I think Gullywash is still going on. over on Fireside proper if you guys want to take a little look at that. But I think we can safely say that Leica G6 have managed to secure themselves in the top spot. Unfortunately for Global Clan Ice, they are going to be fourth seed in playoffs. They are going to be joined by two of the other teams from Group A and Group B that has been kind of going on the same time as this, kind of the open stages, and they're going to be moved up to play with these invite teams as well. So we are going to continue our coverage of the Fireside tournament next week. But are there any, looking at the logs, anything you want to shout out necessarily, or any players, any stats to catch your eye?
Well, I think as far as the stats, I mean, not really. It's about what we expected. I think some of the intangible aspects that came out there was G6 flank on process especially was just such a nuisance for GCI. They couldn't really break that. Anytime they tried to make a move, it was either Soapy or Kobe, stuffing them there in those choke points, which is good on them. And really helped keep them from dropping any rounds. But I think as well on the other side, GCI looked like they had maybe a little bit of miscommunication or, poor positioning for the combo, because there's at least one or two instances where Sin Karma got caught out, and yeah, it wasn't ideal, especially when they were on the offensive as well. But yeah, what can you say? Really, 5-0, 5-0.
Definitely, and I'm going to be very interested to see this go forward as we head into playoffs and maybe even the regular season if these teams stick together in the same rosters, which I do assume is going to be the case. But with that being said, this has been the playoffs. Sorry, the group stages for Fireside Cup. Shout outs to Fireside for putting this on. Shout outs to Manco for being our sponsors, and also shout outs to Essels, where we're streaming this right now, for everything they've done as well. Number one, do you have any shout outs you'd like to give?
Just everybody watching, and Pika on production, being on Death's Door, still getting it done. And yeah, Manco and Essentials. Appreciate you.
All right. I will mirror all of that. And just shout outs to you guys for watching as well. Mirroring you, number one. But that is going to be it for us here at a Fireside, aka Essentials, aka Fireside, for the moment. We are going to continue our coverage of the Fireside Cup next week, where we will start the playoffs run. These teams are actually competing for a monetary prize. It's going to be 600 big ones online. So definitely, some cash to play for. And so we will have that coverage of you starting Monday night next week, so don't miss out. We'll be live here at Essentials and on the main Fireside Cast Twitch channel, so keep your ears and eyes open for that. Until then, we've been Tcmano, number one in Pika on production. Hope you've enjoyed the games, and we will see you next time. Good night.
Boy.